teacher at the school I worked at. She packed up her life and she moved to Egypt, of all places. She moved to Egypt, and she had a whole bunch of stuff that she didn't want anymore. She said to me, "I've got all this teaching resources. Do you want it?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." You know, being a young teacher, I thought it might be some things I can use in there. Anyway, got around to going through one of the boxes that I had just had left for so long, and now that I've finished teaching in the classroom, moved into phys ed, seeing what I need to keep and get rid of. And I find this VHS cassette of the original Ninja Turtles movie with a hand-drawn cover that I'm pretty sure would have been made by one of her kids. So check this out. Check it out. He's done the full turtle Donatello drawing, and it's the whole cover as well. So it's been cut to size in the VHS box. It could have been traced because it's pretty good drawing. But
that's awesome.
How cool is that? It's just been sitting there for about 5 years in a box of VHS tapes that I've got.
That's awesome.
Now I really want to figure out a way to watch it. I don't have a VHS player anymore, so I'm sure I have one at school I can find and just rig up.
Yeah.
So,
well, the VHS market is gone through the roof, hasn't it?
I don't know. Has it?
Yeah. So, you know, whether they're sealed or in mint condition, they've gone ballistic. Absolutely ballistic in price.
Why would you want a VHS tape?
Because they're a collector's item now, mate.
It's not a collector's item. It's a VHS tape.
Look, they're good. They're good. Look, I would say they're nostalgic. Do you know what I mean? They're nostalgic. That's the value piece, right? Nostalgia adds a lot of value.
Rewind it before you return it too, mate.
Yeah. Alrighty, on to members merch, Perch. So we pick one from our Figs Down Under community, and this week I have picked one of our members all the way over in Scotland, and his name is Malcolm Duncan, and he's picked up a Papa Shango No Teeth Error, UKG graded 85.
Yeah, cool.
So it must be the bottom teeth. So there's a few of those error pieces. Getting around. I've never bought into them, thankfully, but they're awesome. So well done, Malcolm.
You do have an error card sold at Slaughter, though.
Oh, I do, yeah, I do.
And my members merch perch for this week is a good friend of the show, Brad Perryman, with a basic. Now, I wanted to is the basic Rey Mysterio as the Silver Surfer. Now, I wanted
terrible.
to this because even though it's a basic, it's still pretty cool. And I love the fact that we got 121 Down Under, the SummerSlam set, which will be in parallel release to the set of Elites that Jeff got out today. So well done, Brad. I really like the figure, not for my collection, but I think it's pretty cool to see it Down Under. Congratulations.
Can I just say, no offense, Bradley Perryman, I love you, you know that, but that Rey Mysterio Silver Surfer figure is up there with the Series 1 Brutus the Barber Beefcake as the worst figure ever made. when did Rey Mysterio come out of the ring with no shirt on? That's just a series whatever spray painted silver. That's a shocking figure. Mattel, give yourself an uppercut.
That's
terrible figure.
Harsh. I'm pretty sure he dressed like that for a pay-per-view.
That's terrible. Come on, Mattel. Alrighty. What are we up to now, mates? We're up to my favourite segment. We've got What's Online.
Did you see what was online? What's online? Some bloke selling some LJN figures on eBay. What's he asking? He's asking too much. Well, did you make an offer? Make an offer. You can't make an offer. It's an auction. Well, just slide into his DMs. Maybe he wants to let them go for less. Maybe he's just trying to whet your appetite. Well, I don't know. We'll just make an offer. I can't make an offer. It's an auction. We'll just slide right in to the DMs. What else is online? Oh, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff online.
Hey, James, this week, usually I go for the quirky and the funny stuff. And this week, I actually looked for the opposite. I looked for the high end, the best of the best. And I've got two things. I've kept it short and sweet this week.
Okay.
Because we're 20 minutes late, I've got two things. Now, the first one, if you're talking about Grail cards, like collectible cards, I don't think there's anything better. Now, it's not available for sale, but I saw it online, so it still counts. Check this out. It is the triple signature Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior on one card, platinum triple cuts. Can you imagine the value of that card?
Wow. What brand or where does that come from?
I have no idea. I saw it on something and I just screenshotted it and kept it. Now, the thing is with these three signatures is they're not signed on the same card. They're signed on three separate things which have been cut and then attached to the card. But they are still super, super cool. I just think as well, Andre the Giant, he wouldn't have signed too much. I don't think he would have been a big signer. He died really young. Like, was he 39 or something, was he?
Yeah, something. Oh, I thought he was in his 40s. Possibly.
But he wouldn't have signed. Like, he's from a generation where heels, when he was a heel, wouldn't have been out in the press doing a lot of media. He would have just been doing his own thing, and he didn't seem to like the limelight too much either. Yep. So to have his signature with Ultimate Warrior on the same card, Hulk Hogan obviously signs a lot. I don't know. I hope it's real. The Hulk Hogan signature to me doesn't actually look that great. I think it doesn't look quite like this. Yeah. But the Ultimate Warrior looks spot on. So, look, just a really cool piece. If it must be real, surely it's real.
Hopefully. But, Andre the Giant's got a nice signature.
Now, imagine him trying to hold a pencil. That'd be hard for him.
Like a toothpick.
Big sausage fingers.
Yeah.
We talk about customizing in our page. We talk about customizing figures, and something caught my eye, and I don't know how to describe it. This is the best custom head I've ever seen, and I screenshotted this so we could actually see the creator as well. It is by a guy named YJ Park, and he's created a Tom Hanks custom head from the movie The Terminal. He's even threaded the hair into the scalp so it looks exactly like him. Actually, if you just put my head, where is it? There. They're pretty similar. Different bank balance, but how good is that?
That is, look, if you were to ask me if that was a real photo of him or if that was a sculpted head, I would have said 100%, without a doubt, a actual photo of him.
What's your favorite Tom Hanks movie?
What's the one where he gets lost on the island? Castaway?
Castaway.
Castaway? Yeah. No, I take it back. Big.
Big. See, Big's obvious choice for toy collectors, but I'm going to go with Forrest Gump. I think Forrest Gump is
great movie.
It kind of reminds me of my own life.
He's done some crackers.
Except for the running, the ping pong, the military success. Didn't do any of those things, but
shout out to Tom Hanks. He's probably listening right now. Thank you for tuning in.
We love you, Tom.
Alrighty, on to me. I love this segment, Chris. This is one of my favorite things to do during the week when I'm trying to avoid work. I like to look up and see what some crazy investors are investing in these days. Now, these prices I'm going to share with our listeners are going to knock your socks off, right? So I'm a collector, but I'm also an investor, and I just love the fact that the things we collect are rising in value to the point where people with a lot of money are investing in these things. Now, what I'm going to start with is an original Nintendo Entertainment System sealed Legends of Zelda game. We all had this. Actually, I didn't have it, but I remember seeing it as a kid. I had a Nintendo. Now, it's graded 9.0 by Wata, and this recently sold for $870,000 US. So no doubt that'll be over $1 million Australian. Sealed, untouched. What year? I don't know what year that came out, but you'd have to say the 80s.
84, 85.
There you go. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it goes back to that dentist that where I've gotten this information from is one of my idols, Jeremy Padell, who is also probably listening. He shares a lot of this stuff, and I love watching his videos. I love watching his content, reading his content. And he actually interviewed, I forget the guy's name, but there was a dentist who invested $1 million in X amount of games that was sealed, all graded, and not even 6 months or 12 months post that, he said, if someone offered me $5 million for these, there's no way in the world I would take it. They're worth much more. So if you look at that game, $870,000 for one, He's miles and miles in front. So well done to him. Next up, we've got a signed game-worn Kobe Bryant jersey, number 8. And this was sold at Golden Auctions. Now, this sold for $3.69 million US.
Wow.
It is crazy. It's history. It's a beautiful piece. Number 8. He didn't wear that number for that long. It's his rookie year. So, look, that is far exceeded any Michael Jordan jersey, which blows my mind, to be honest.
Do you think that's because he passed away?
Look, I can't confirm or deny because I don't know when that sold. But hey, I think it was this year.
That's huge prices.
Huge. And last but not least for me, and keeping it on the game convo, we've got a Nintendo 64, which to me this is crazy. Nintendo 64, that's when did Nintendo 64 come out? 1996.
Yeah, 96. So
if you were playing Nintendo 64 in 96, you would have been around 10 to 16?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, geez, you're doing well when you can afford to buy a 9.8 water grade Nintendo 64 sealed Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario for $1.56 million US.
My question with this is, who didn't open their games?
Yeah.
Like,
it
serves that's why the cost is there, because it serves no purpose to not open your game. You buy a PlayStation game, whatever, you're not going to just leave it in a package. Like a toy, you can sort of think, well, maybe somebody might just think they better look at than play with. But a game has no purpose if you don't play with it. So, really cool. I wish I had kept some of my games.
Oh, but that's the exciting thing, right? You look at all toy lines and like prototypes, for instance. You know, I'm into the Hasbro prototypes. The fact that these have been handled, passed around, stored away, and they've all just started to appear, in the last 25 to 30 years. Appeared after the last 25, 30 years. It just amazes me. And you just, if you can have a little camera on each of these items that have, come out of production and just watch their lifespan until they end up in, selling for $1.56 million, it'd be very, very interesting. But it's all good, and it's all part of the collecting world, and that's why we love it so much, right? Because it's making some people some serious coin. Great section, mate. And how about we get into our next fun segment, and that is Fig Preview and Review.
It's time to review a fig from today or the past. Which will it be? Stay tuned to find out.
And here we go. So the last few episodes we've been discussing our favorite Hasbros, and this week we are up to series number 3. And I'm actually quite surprised with your favorite series 3 figure, Chris.
There's an explanation.
Okay, I'm looking forward to hearing it. But
you go first, because I know the story behind yours, but you go first.
Cool. So as I said, this week is series 3, WWF Hasbro line. Great figures. I remember going into Parramatta Westfield's Uncle Pete's Toys, going in there with my parents, and very similar to my Series 2 story with my nan, I remember going in there after lunch and they were all there, and my parents said, we're not buying them all for you. We'll lay-by them for you. Remember when you could lay-by?
Oh, I love lay-by.
We'll lay-by. We don't do lay-by anymore, do we? We've got afterpay and all that.
You can, but no one does lay-by anymore.
All right. They lay-by them for me, all of them, and I had to work for it. I had to, save up my pocket money and pay them back, and actually, I pay the lay-by fee and pick them all up. But my favorite, hands down, would have to be, it's a split decision between Sergeant Slaughter and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Tongue-in-cheek, the Brutus Series 1 was absolutely terrible. Thank God they released Series 3. But hands down, for sentimental reasons, my favorite is the Sergeant Slaughter. It's a great figure, timeless. It's an iconic figure of the Sergeant Slaughter. I reckon it's the best Sergeant Slaughter figure ever created. And that one's special to me because he was my dad's favorite wrestler. And this one here is a UKG graded 90 error card. So The error on the card is no name underneath his feet there.